Hi everyone, I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 55. Welcome. I have a few finished objects, lots of works in progress, and then I'll talk about some upcoming projects. So let's get started. Okay, so for my finished objects, the very first one I'll mention is the Yarnjoy banner right there above my head. I finished that and got it hung up. I got that, well, my husband, he hung it up for me. And I finished that, of course, right before I had my medical fiasco last week and didn't get to do an episode. But I did want to go ahead and mention and show that it is up there now. So there's finished object number one. Okay, so finished object number two is the candy cane square. And that is the Christmas character blanket crochet along that I've been hosting, and I finished the candy cane square. Well, actually the blanket was supposed to be, I believe, the next square on it. Let me show you a picture of it right quick. Okay. Is the, I was up to the gingerbread square right there, and instead of the gingerbread square I decided to substitute with one of her substitute squares. Oh, and this pattern is by Sarah Zimmerman of Repeat Crafter Me. And so this is the candy cane square. I finished that one this morning. So that is, will make square number 6 of my group of Christmas squares, okay? And I think what I'll do is I'll lay all of them out and then snap a picture of them, just showing a progress update, I guess, and I will post it on my Instagram and also on my Facebook page. So, oh, and my Instagram is just yarnjoy_podcast, and Facebook group is just Yarnjoy podcast. So feel free to come over and join our group. Okay, so I will snap a picture of the 6 squares that I've got so far all laid out. Okay, so I finished that one. That one is for the square for this month. And let's see, and the next finished objects I have is in the 365 Days of Granny Square project that I've been participating in or following. And this is, of course, from Yarn Utopia, which is Nadia, and she has a YouTube channel, and she did this, I believe, in 2016, and I've just been going through and making each of her squares, following her tutorials. So I am up to number 200, well, I finished with 212 in my last episode, and so this is 213. Now this actually right here, see, it's a circle, sort of. Anyway, it was supposed to be like a Pokeball, the way she had it designed. It was a Pokeball from Pokemon, the Pokemon series games, whatever. But I decided just to kind of keep it more generic, and I just used 3 colors and kind of made it beach ball, sort of. I don't know. Anyway, there's that one. And then the next square, which is number 214, she actually had it where it looked like another Pokemon item, which is the character Pikachu, but I decided just to make it a bear. So see how it looks like little ears sticking up here, there, and then I stitch on eyes and a nose. So there you go. Okay, so that was 214. So 215 is this one. And then this one, I really like this one. This is one 216. And then 217, I must admit, this is a very strange square. Very 3D, so I'm not sure how it's going to be once I get it onto the blanket. But it has this little section that, I don't know if you can see, but it really stands up 3D, very 3D. So there's that one. And once I get it attached, of course it's very wonky right now, but once I get it attached, it should, at least the bottom part will flatten out. So anyway, so that one is 217, yes. And then the last one is number 218, which is this one. This one was very interesting and fun to make also. And this one I had to go down to like, well, the majority of these squares I'm doing with a J hook to try to get a uniform size. And she will say in the beginning of her videos whether or not the square is going to be larger than a 6-inch square. Which is good, because that way if it's a 7-inch square, then a lot of times I'll go down to like maybe a G hook, you know. And then but this one was supposed to be, it turned out to be like a 8-inch square or something, and so I actually used an F hook, and I was able to get it sized down where it was pretty much the same size as these other ones. So so I do alter the hooks that I use, in other words, when I need to, if she says it's going to be a bigger hook. Okay, so that was these are number 213 to 218. Okay, so that's all my finished objects. Transitioning into my works in progress, as you know, I have been putting these squares together with a flat braid join as you go method that I did put a tutorial. It's not my original method, no, but it's my favorite go-to method for joining squares. And I do have a tutorial on my channel here if you want to look at it, both left and right-handed versions. Okay, so I attached the last set of squares onto my blanket, and so now I have 3 rows. These squares seem like they are larger. They may be larger than 6-inch squares, because it's going to be a really nice sized blanket. So I'm doing 6 squares by 6 by 6, and as you see, I have 3 rows so far. And so next week I'll have my 4th row when I attach these squares that I just made. So that's those. And the border, I'm using a green border now to join them all together. And so that is Red Heart Super Saver, in the color tea leaf is that green, if you want to know. Okay. It's one of my favorite greens. In Red Heart Super Saver. It's a nice medium color. I like it. Okay, so that is works in progress number 1. Works in progress number 2 is one of my Christmas presents that I'm working on. Will be a Christmas gift, and I am working on and it also qualifies for the one of my goals as far as goals for the year or whatever. It's the Stitch Your Library group that I belong to on Facebook. By using patterns that you've had in your library, of patterns that you've collected and never used or haven't used, and you keep adding new ones all the time. But so it's to try to get us to use some of the patterns we have already. So this is a book that I've had forever, seems like, and it's Afghans for All Seasons. And I think there's multiple books in this series, because I believe somebody asked me what number book this is, because I think now they have like number 2 and number 3 and, you know, so on. And I believe, since this one doesn't have a number, I think it's the very first book in the series. I've had it for a long time, like I said. I believe the copyright or publishing date, I looked it up, and I think it is from 1993. Yeah, 1993. Okay, and so the blanket that I'm doing in here is a sampler blanket. It's just called the Stitch Sampler. And here's a picture right there of the blanket. It's a square blanket, and I'm really liking these patterns that's got the that's like a sampler where it's got different stitches per round. It really breaks up the monotony, I guess you'd say, if you're having to do the same stitch just around and around and around. But this, like I said, does have different stitches, so that makes it more interesting. So I'm doing the pattern. Now that one actually called for a worsted weight yarn, and I am actually using a Lion brand mandala, so this will actually be a participating item that I will be entering in the Cakewalk Cow crochet along that Ella of No Catchy Name and Mo of Unseen Strands I think, yeah, are hosting to use up cake yarn for projects. It started April 14th and it goes to October 14th. So anyway, this will be another item because I am using a cake yarn, and this is the Mandala from Lion Brand in the colorway Centaur. And so there is that. Gotten quite a bit further. I think I might have been left off about with these, you can see it, popcorn stitches right there, and so I've done all this right there, and I've started my second cake in this project so far, and I'm pretty much letting it flow as it goes. I am trying to match the sequence from one cake to the next. In fact, when I started this second cake, I had to pull out this core part because it wasn't starting the right color that I need for the color sequence. So I will use this when it's in the right sequence. I believe it might be at the end of this cake when I will use this. But anyway, that's what I'm doing as far as how the coloring is going. Now it is a number 3 yarn, and so I'm not sure as far as, I think, let's see, I think I'm on round 52, and there's only about, I think there's 84 rows, and right now, as you can see, it just goes from here to here. So it's not that big as far as blanket wise, or at least not blanket, but it'll be like an afghan for the couch. And so what I'm going to do is, if I need to, if it's getting toward the end and it's still not large enough, what I'm going to do is go over and continue on with the around the bases blanket that I've done before. Like, in fact, this blanket right there on my chair is the around the bases, and it is a kind of stitch sampler blanket as well. And what's good about it is that in the end of each row, it kind of tells you how many stitches you should have per side, and so that way I'll just see where I am stitch count on this, and then I can kind of see where that lines up to what round that one is, and then I can continue on with that one if I need to do that to make it larger, which I think I'm going to. So because I have 2 more cakes of this, like I said, this is my second one, and so we'll go along with that and we'll see how large it is. So but anyway, I'm enjoying it. It is getting where it's getting lots of stitches per side, but I really like the way the colors are coming out. I wouldn't have I've never used this colorway before, and it's funny because when I see pictures of this, I'll hold it up one more time, but when I see pictures of this, it looks like this part right here is kind of got a blue to it, and when I look at it in the cake, it doesn't look blue. It looks charcoal gray, you know, but when I'm looking at pictures, it really pops out, looks like it's got blue, so I don't know. Strange. Anyway, that is works in progress number 2. Yes, looking at my notes here. Okay, and so works in progress number 3 is another Christmas gift, and this one is the Mo of Change blanket by Franco Randall, and it is a free pattern on Ravelry, and of course I'll put all the links to these patterns in the description box below. Okay, so this one I'm doing out of this, okay, the colorway I'm doing is Premier Sweet Roll in the colorway Bubble Pop, and I got 5 cakes of this. I'm thinking now I'm gonna have to get a couple more because of this problem right here. I'll show you. Okay, so I'm kind of I was trying to let it flow, the colors flow just the way, you know, wherever it was wanting to change, I would just let it change. Okay, so I was trying to do that. Let me show you. There it is. Okay, so this is what it looks like right there. And that's actually done in Lion Brand Mandala, and I believe that's colorway Gnome. But what I am using is this, like I said, this Bubble Pop, and it is a number 4 yarn. So I think it's going to turn out, it should turn out larger than what theirs, his did, which is good because I really wanted it to be larger. Okay, so I was going along, and when I was doing the white part, it was not really white, it's cream or off-white right here, and I was getting, and right before it turned to the gray, I was starting this next round right here, and I had like a corner, this little shell right there, and it was still white, and then it turned to gray, and so I didn't like that. So I cut that piece out and started the gray where the whole entire round would be gray. Okay, well then I got to the gray and it's turning into the pink, and it did the exact same thing. I had 3 stitches left, see that? And then it changed to pink. And so I don't think I'm gonna like that either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to use one of my cakes as kind of a patcher, I guess, and to fix that, because I want to go ahead and finish those 3 stitches off in gray, and then let it go ahead and go to the pink. So anyway, I'll probably have to end up getting a couple more cakes if I have to keep patching and doing stuff like that to get to the end. So, but that's okay. That's okay. Hopefully I'll be able to find it. When I bought it at Joann's, and I got like the last 5. I got 5 cakes. Yeah, 5. I see them back there. And I got all they had right there. So of that colorway. So I'm hoping I'm hoping they'll get more. I'm sure they will. Anyway, so that is my works in progress number 3, which is another Christmas gift. So I've got 2 Christmas gifts right here that I'm working on. And then my works in progress number, which one do I count next? Okay, number 5, yes, is the robot hanging organizer. And I showed you that in my last episode that I was working on. And that one is a pattern by Carolina Guzman on Ravelry. Now this one is a paid for pattern, but it was so cute, I just had to buy it. So anyway, here it is, and they have it hanging on the back of a seat in a car, and it's this little robot, and those gears and things on the front is actually a pocket that you can put toys, action figures, pencils or books, whatever. Anyway, for road trips and stuff. But I thought he was so cute, so I'm making that, and I want to use the colors that they use. So the blue I'm using was Red Heart Super Saver, and it's just called blue, and it was something I've had for a while, so I think it's kind of old. I mean, nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying that it's an older color, so I'm hoping, because look what happened. I needed like 2 more rounds to go. So this is like the base, the back part, which is the only blue part, is this part, the body of the robot. And I have to finish, I think maybe 2 more rounds, and then you have to, of course, go around the whole entire thing with single crochet. And I got to this, and I ran out. I was playing Yarn Chicken, and I lost. So I need to go buy some more of this so then I can finish. Like I said, I need 2 more rounds, and then go around the whole entire thing, the edging. And so I'll need to go to the yarn store and find that and get it. But that's okay, because there is I don't think I have the picture of it right now, but there's a little amigurumi that I also bought pattern by the same designer, and it matches this little robot, but it'll be an amigurumi robot using the same colors and everything. Is so cute, and so I bought that pattern as well, and I want to make that also to go with it. And so I will use that blue. After I finish off that, I'll use that same blue to make the amigurumi, so that's fine. So anyway, I'll have to get the blue before I can finish that off, and then of course I could start on the other pieces, but anyway, cute, very cute, another Christmas gift, so that's good. Okay, and then let's see, the next work in progress, I'm telling you, I'm sure you have heard or saw my last video where I had to have surgery, and so I was kind of out for a week, off, and well, it wasn't a whole week, but I mean, it was like 3 or 4 or 5 days, I guess, that I didn't get to crochet. And so I kind of got, when I got home, I kind of went crazy with the whips and the, you know, the works in progress. And I started like several things. So, let's see, so my next works in progress I'm going to show you is a Diddy Kong that I'm doing. And all I have is, looks like a peanut, but that's his body so far. And, oh, I do have a leg. Piece of a leg right there, that's it. Anyway, if you watch my videos from way back, probably last year around this time, or maybe July of last year somewhere, I made a very large Donkey Kong. And so when I found this pattern for Diddy Kong, I just had to make him to go with him. So I'm using the same color. I'm using Red Heart Super Saver in coffee is this, and then for his face and his hands and his feet, and I think his tummy patch, I'm using this color, and which is Lion Brand Vanna's Choice in Fisherman. And because I used it for, those are the yarns I used for the Donkey Kong, and so I want to match the colors. So that's why I'm doing that. Now I can show you a picture of what Diddy Kong is going to look like. He is a little monkey that is in the video game with Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong being an ape, and he's a monkey, so he has a tail. And scrolling the wrong way, sorry. I did take a screenshot of the picture so I can show you. There you go. Okay, so there's Diddy Kong right there. Can you see him? Kind of dark, huh? Anyway, so that's him. Zoom him up just a little bit, see? And this, like I said, this pattern is by, oh, I didn't say. This pattern is by Dreamcatcher Mela, I guess. It's spelled M-E-A-E-L-L-A. I'll put a link below, of course. But anyway, I contacted her because in her pattern, the picture, her project pictures, she showed that she, I don't have it. I don't have a picture of that part of it, but anyway, she also did the Dixie Kong, which is a little girl monkey that went with Diddy, and but that pattern wasn't there, and so I contacted her to see if the Dixie pattern was available, and she said she was still writing it up. So I'm anxiously waiting to or hoping that she will go ahead and release that, so then I will have the pair. So anyway, so there's that. And that's all that I can show you as far as works in progress. I do have another finished object, but I can't show you because I'm doing another craft swap. This time I'm doing a craft swap with Amanda, who is Lisa from Happy to Hook Creations. It's her daughter who has now been doing YouTube videos with her mother because she crochets as well. And their channel is Happy to Hook Creations, and I will put a link to their channel below. They're doing some live streaming and different things, and really fun, very fun to watch and to jump on and chat with them while they're online. So I did do a craft swap with her mother, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. A month or so back, I guess it was, and so I decided to that was so much fun, I wanted to do another one. So I asked her daughter Amanda if she wanted to do a swap with me, and she said yes. And so I'm working on some items that will be going into her box that I will be sending to her. And so I can't show it to you because it's not ready yet. But I will have, I guess, film a clip or something before I ship it off, and then don't release it until I know she's gotten it. Or either that, or I'll have pictures or something of the items. But anyway, I'm sure she will show it on her video. So anyway, so that's fun. I'm anxious to see what she's going to be sending me. It'll be fun. And anyway, so that's all my works in progress and my finished objects. Now, upcoming, let's see. The next section of the Harmony sampler blanket should be released maybe this week. It's usually like the last week of the month, and so this upcoming week, possibly, I'm thinking she'll release it, if not the next one. But anyway, it's a scrappy blanket. It's by Sarah Satch, and I've been working on that monthly when she releases another section of it. So that one should be released soon, and I'll be having that I can show you. And let's see what else. Oh, and now that it is at the end of June, or almost, it's getting close, that marks the second quarter of the year of 2018. And at the beginning of the year, I released a video showing my crafty goals for 2018. And so I decided to kind of keep myself accountable and keeping track of all these goals that I'm setting, that I would do a quarterly video. And so in the end of March, I did do a quarterly update to see how I'm doing on the goals. And so now the end of June will be the second quarter, or the half the year. And so I will be filming a quarterly update video for that one, well, at the end of the month. So it won't be this week, I guess. It'll be the next week, right? Anyway, so be looking for that. And then let's see. Oh, and then now that I'm finished with the Christmas character square, this one, I will be continuing on. Well, after I get the Harmony Stitch blanket, that section done, and I am also doing the calendar blanket from Jada in Stitches, and she releases that section the first Friday of the month, and so I'll probably go ahead and get that part done for July, and then I will start the next Christmas square blanket. Blanket square, sorry. And that will be, pop the picture up again here, zoom it up. It will be the wreath right there. So that will be my next one. Okay, so that's the upcoming. And in addition to that, I have hit 1,000 subscribers. Yay! And so I will be doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway of a pattern from Ravelry. It will be up to the value of $8, and so you might be can pick two patterns if they add up to $8 US dollars. Anyway, I will be filming probably when I get done with this one. I will film that one, so then that way you can reply. If you want to enter the giveaway, you can reply with a comment in that video, not this one. Well, please comment on this one, but as far as entering the video, in the giveaway, you would be commenting on that video. So anyway, the winner will receive a Ravelry pattern, or patterns added up value-wise up to $8. So anyway, just my thanks for everybody that has subscribed to me. The numbers are going up, and I'm just loving it. Like I said, I'm in contact with so many people, especially with my surgery. I had so many wonderful comments and people checking on me, and it was just wonderful. From this vast YouTube community, it's just very awesome, and I'm touched, and I just appreciate all the thoughts and prayers that I have received. And by the way, I'm doing a whole lot better, so that's good. And so our subscriber count actually is up to 1,082 while I checked before I started the video. So it's just so exciting. I'm just like, woo! So thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So that way you can keep track of all these multiple projects that I'm always working on, and see how they turn out, and which ones, how long it takes me to do them, or what I do. I try to do a variety of different things, blankets. Right now I'm kind of into blankets and, well, Christmas gifts, and amigurumis. I love doing amigurumis. I always like to have at least one on the go, and then I do lots of charity donations. Oh, in fact, I have quite a big stack of blankets right now that I have completed. I just need to wash them up, and then I will possibly, well, yeah, I could do that. I could do a blanket roundup, I guess, if you want to see that, and I'll show you the blankets that I've made, kind of a recap of the ones that I'm going to be donating. My next donation to Project Linus is who I've been donating to. And so I could do that. That's another video I could do. But anyway, I guess that's it. Yes. So thanks so much for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. Hit the thumbs up button at the bottom, the like button, and that'll get my videos out. Let's see, what else? I guess that's all. Oh, I did get my cupcake yarn in. I ordered it from Joann's online because my Joann's do not have the Lion Brand cupcake yarn. None, zero. And so I did that, and I ordered 3 cakes of each color, just 2 colors. I ordered the Pot of Gold, which is this colorway here, right there. Here's what the picture of the colorway looks like, which is strange because, like I said, I ordered 3 of them. 2 of them look like this, and then this one looks like this. And I don't know if you can tell the difference. Not really. Well, yeah, because right before the blue, there's a yellow. See the yellow right there? And this one, right before the blue, doesn't have a yellow. It's got kind of like a green. I mean, it's pretty, but it doesn't have this yellow, which is weird. See, there, yellow right there. And that's got a green right there, see? Whoop! Anyway, and like I said, the other one's that way too. It's got the, like the greeny yellow, green yellow, whatever. Chartreuse maybe, but anyway. But then this one has this yellow, so, which is strange. And then the other one, so that one was called Pot of Gold, and then this one is the Lion Brand Cupcake in the colorway Happy Dance. And those, I got 3 of those, and they were all the same, except one of them I think is wrapped in an opposite direction as far as the color sequencing. I think it's this one. So I will have to take note of that when I use them. 2 will have to come from the middle, and then the other one I may have to do it from the outside going in or something. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Too long of a video, I'm sure. I'm rambling on, so I'm gonna go for now. So everybody have a great weekend, and look for these upcoming little videos I'll be doing, and then of course I will be back next week with episode 56. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate all of you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.